Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the VOD Squad, the show where we talk about streaming technology. This is episode 152 on 10/2/2019. I am Clyde, and today I am joined by Matthew Ross.
Hey, everybody.
And Jimmy Trammell.
Hello, everybody. Hi, guys. How you guys doing?
Doing
Not
all
bad.
right. How are you?
Doing okay. Sorry I didn't make it last week, but, sometimes things get in the way.
Everyone's still feeling okay with your movie draft turnout?
Well, I'm getting my first look at it tonight, and being as I wasn't there, but I think Matt served us well. I like the. I think we got a fair chance there.
I will say this is the first season I can say with absolute certainty I don't think you'll be in last place.
I don't think we'll be in last place either. I actually think Geek.io probably has a pretty good chance this year.
Has, yeah. I mean, if you look at my winter slate last time, if I didn't have Solo, I would have ended up in last place. And because I had giant slate of movies, most of which should have done very well, like Bad Times at the El Royale, which was an all-star super cast. Nope, nobody saw it. First Man was a beautiful movie.
Yeah, that one's
iconic. Time in history. Nope, nobody went and saw it. And it was like, some people saw Solo. Solo was... was that... Yeah, I think that was last winter, wasn't it? I don't know.
I think it was last winter, or maybe it was less. I can't remember. But it's recently.
Maybe Solo was the summer draft the first time, but...
It might have been.
That might have been when I won, but...
But I like those movies, both of them, Solo and the Night at the El Royale.
Bad Times at the El Royale was an awesome movie. El Royale. It was.
I watched. I didn't see it at the theaters, but later when it came to where you could rent it, I watched it, and me and my wife both watched it. We enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was.
Right. And Solo, I actually bought that one right when it came out on DVD or out on digital, I guess I should say. Bought that one, enjoyed it. Had to add that one to the collection.
Rock on. Well, should we get into what we're here to do?
What are you talking about? News?
Speculation.
Yeah,
Wild speculation with.
I think that is an excellent idea. Let's start speculating about OnePlus and their announcement about their brand new TV. It's finally been released. Well, the info has been. They are selling it out. Looks like they're starting off in selling it in India, but they are going to be offering a QLED TV at the 55-inch, and it's 4K. It's going to have Dolby Vision and HDR10 Plus. It's going to be available with two different, basically the same model with two different levels, the Standard and the Pro. The difference being the Pro has an array of satellites and a stand, of satellite speakers and a stand. That's because obviously a Pro means it has a stand, which is a disturbing thing that's going on now in technology.
That's probably a good thing, because most people... I won't say most. A lot of people buy the TV and then don't know what to do with the stand. You have to take the stand off to hang it on the wall. And I mean, I've got box full of TV and monitor stands because I might need it, but I don't need it at the moment. Because you know what do I do if I want to take it down and move it to a different room where I'm not going to hang it? So you can't throw it away. Yeah, offering it without the stand, I think I like that.
Well, it's a fully functional TV with all the different smart features.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a built-in Android TV. It's got your Chromecast built in. It has some smart features like automatically adjusting the volume for you. It'll let you switch between Android TV apps and your smartphone real quick. So it's OnePlus trying to do their thing where they're trying to make an amazing product for the price.
Also, looks like they at least one of the models will have Bluetooth 5.0. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised Bluetooth isn't in more TVs.
Well, Bluetooth 5.0 is the one that's actually getting up to real speeds now. You could actually probably stream video over that.
But I mean, either way, I mean, I'm just surprised that Bluetooth in general has not been. There was a couple TVs that I've seen like through the years that offered Bluetooth, but yeah, like the LE low energy. But yeah, this is cool.
You think they would be for a speaker system, maybe?
That's the nice thing about Bluetooth. It could be for input or output. You know.
Yeah, and the new 5.0 standard is pretty rich in the things it's capable of doing. So I wouldn't be surprised if they were using Bluetooth in order to do those satellite speakers.
I mean, it was like 10 years ago that they were talking about that Bluetooth was the future for home theater. So that you wouldn't have to run wires. Because, you know, getting wireless surround speakers has always been a dodgy kind of, you know, piecemeal kind of thing that isn't for the faint of heart. And they promised, you know, wireless home theater using Bluetooth, both video and audio. And we haven't seen it thus far. So,
right.
Will OnePlus be the one that ushers in that age? Because I mean, at least for audio, I'm down for Bluetooth home stereo.
Yeah, I'm currently using Bluetooth on my big TV because so I can just use it with wireless headphones. It's great. I love it.
Yeah.
So Apple has made an announcement that they're going to be doing their movies that they're creating for their streaming services, and they're going to they intend to go ahead and release them to theaters first, kind of the way that people are how the movie industry has been expecting that different streaming services do. I wonder how much Steven Spielberg was involved in this decision. Anyways, they're going to be moving some of their bigger movies to the theaters first to have a first shot at it. One of the first one will be a Sofia Coppola movie called On the Rocks, and so this has been an interesting thing because things like Netflix has been kind of bucking the trend and trying to get their movies in sideways in order to get like movie hype and or trying to get some awards in the system. So get prepared to have movies come to your Apple movies come to theaters first.
I'm not surprised by this. I mean, if now that Apple is producing content, it's the rule that in order to be, get Academy or be eligible for Academy nominations, you must have your run in the theaters. So the fact that they're doing this makes total sense. Not surprising.
Yeah, it makes sense. Plus, too, but you do have to wonder, to Matt's point, right? Is this maybe one way how they got some of the Hollywood directors to come in on their service, right? I mean, it could be just something they had to agree to.
Oh, Spielberg's never gonna make something that is like not gonna be considered, because he was the one that was championing that the streaming stuff shouldn't even be considered.
Right.
Which makes you go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say if it didn't have a full run in the theater.
Right. Which makes me wonder, is this going to become a thing where we're going to like Apple Movies Presents kind of thing? We're going to see a lot more of this. You think that's so?
Oh, absolutely. Just like if you see The Irishman in the theater, at the very beginning, it's going to have that Netflix splash screen.
Well, I mean, that's what Disney Plus is going to be, right?
Well,
they're going to release. They'll release theirs into the theater before it gets to Disney.
Well, but
Disney
they're
Plus,
already
right?
gonna. I mean, they've got Disney Pictures. That
yeah.
Yeah.
But all the new ones, though, will go to the theaters first, just like here.
Yep. So if you have been doing some streaming stuff online like we are, you may have been using a product like Streamlabs OBS, which has been a version of OBS that's been optimized for Windows users and streaming to platforms like Twitch. Logitech has come in and slapped down their $29 million, or was it $89 million, and on top of $29 million in stock to purchase Streamlabs. Which is interesting because they just bought an open source product.
Well, Streamlabs, no. Okay, so open source, you're talking OBS. Streamlabs is not an open source company.
That's true.
Streamlabs
but they're using an open source
is
software
a proprietary service that does overlays and additional stuff. They created their own version of OBS to incorporate their make it work with their ecosystem a little bit easier. Right. Just like when I first read this, I got really scared, but then I remembered, oh, wait, we're not using Streamlabs, we're using Stream Elements.
It's so hard to remember those two. They're so close.
But Stream Elements has their own version of OBS too. That ties into the ecosystem. So yeah, I'm curious to see how this works. One thing to note is that additional 29 million in stock, that is dependent on whether it hits specific revenue growth targets. Mm-hmm. So they're getting 89 million right out the door, and if things go right, then they could get an additional payday. But all I gotta say is good for those guys. I mean, that's the whole goal of a startup like that, is to get purchased.
And Logitech, the things they've purchased, I'm trying to think. I know they purchased the Quick Cam like eons ago, and they've done well with the cameras since then. I bet you they'll be an okay steward. I would say
of all the companies out there, Logitech, in my mind, has one of the best reputations for being a good steward of technology and IP. They purchased was it Mad Catz?
They did they?
I think they purchased one of the controller companies. Right. But
I don't know. Help me out here. I'm still struggling with the business plan of this deal.
What's that?
Okay, so how are they going to make money?
So Streamlabs OBS has a bunch of free and paid for overlays and other services you can have that integrates very well with Streamlabs OBS.
But no. So you keep saying Streamlabs OBS. Take the OBS off of there. Streamlabs is the company. Streamlabs provides content and so like perfect example, if you look at our screen, you see that whole background and how everything is like the chat's there and all that. Stream Elements is doing that. On their platform, I created a template which I apply. They allow you to take payments directly. They allow you to, of which they get a cut. They allow you to do like advertising and stuff like that. Streamlabs does essentially the same thing. It's people like us on Twitch use their service, and they get a cut of specific monetary things. And there's also other ways that you can get, like they'll offer like a super like this. I got this for free. I built this for free using one of the Stream Elements templates, but Streamlabs has stuff like this that you can purchase with super awesome graphics. And so I mean the revenue model's already there. So you get
Are we having to pay them anything for the pre-show moniker?
See, different
this is
company.
All pre-show.
I use their free tool with Stream Elements, but we could. Yeah.
I think this entire show is going to be pre-show.
Okay.
All right,
May as well be.
Disney. Disney's has their. It's no longer pre-show. All right, to the news. Disney has been looking at their various streaming services that they are currently providing for for things like ESPN and the other shows that they should provide. Looks like Disney, ESPN, and PlayStation Vue are safe for a little while longer because PlayStation has signed a multi-year deal in order to keep the ESPN on it, as well as some other networks like ABC, FX, and National Geo.
So, if you like watching guys hug, scantily clothed guys hugging in a chain mail or chain link fence octagon, and you are a PlayStation Vue subscriber, congratulations.
Yeah. Wow. You just made you Ultimate Fighting sound.
I mean, look at that picture.
I know. He does like here's a real good hug.
And look where his hand is.
That
is a popular sport.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, very much so. And it's amazing. So this is interesting because this streaming services are going to be available as their own thing soon.
Yeah.
Maybe the right course here would be not to do this. Imagine if you were to say, I don't know, save yourself and be able to lower your price because, hey, we're no longer using the Disney services, ESPN, because we know you're going to just get the bundle from Disney. Mm-hmm. We can now charge you less for our streaming service package. Does that make more sense to you, or does it make sense that everything always grows no matter what?
Make it available everywhere.
Okay.
It's the thing is, if you're a PlayStation Vue subscriber, you're going to be pissed if you have to pay extra to watch it someplace else.
But if you're already paying for it because everybody buys Disney Plus,
but not everybody's going to buy Disney Plus.
We'll see. I'm just saying, does it make sense if everybody already buys it and then they go, "Oh, I'm not going to pick up PlayStation Vue because it costs too much"?
From Disney's perspective, no, it doesn't make sense because if somebody else is willing to pay us to put it on their platform, absolutely, we're going to take the money.
Right, I get that, but from PlayStation's point of view, I would have gone ahead with a deal to at least a month or two past the start date of PlayStation Plus to see how things go. And then I would have probably
for PlayStation Vue, it's in their best interest to keep stuff and not have the reputation of losing stuff. Because, if you're someone that signed up for PlayStation Vue because, hey, it's got this stuff and it's got this channel. Oh, wait, well, why am I paying for PlayStation Vue? They risk pissing off their subscribers.
I think the inverse is also true. Why am I paying for PlayStation Vue? Because I already have it on my Disney and ESPN Plus. So I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. I do think it makes sense though for PlayStation, right? Because they make a lot of their money from the gaming console, right? And a lot of people that probably subscribe to PlayStation Vue do it on the gaming console. And so a lot of those games are, especially the sports-based games, those are very popular. So, why wouldn't you want to keep ESPN on your service?
It's a matter of you want to have as much as you can.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, YouTube TV is, pretty decent with not for me buggy app. Works pretty well. Giving you a lot of channels for a halfway decent price. Although the price did go up, and maybe they should drop Disney so they can bring the price back down. But that's me. But there was a big hole in the lineup of various platforms that they could put it on. Well, Amazon and Google kind of kissed and made up and said, "Hey, let's let the YouTube TV onto the Amazon Fire platform. It's official. It's alive now. If you are a Fire TV user and you wish you could have had YouTube TV, you now have that option available to you. Also, if you, in the future, I don't know if it's happened yet, you should be able to Chromecast the Amazon services soon as well."
Yep, it's about time. This is something we knew was coming. But it's finally here. So
it's here.
Awesome.
So You have a Fire TV, isn't that correct, Jimmy?
No, I have a Roku and an Apple TV.
Okay, I was just curious.
I have a Roku and an
Mike
Android
has
TV and a Fire TV, but my Fire TV's been in the box for like 2 years.
Well, apparently this will work with all but the very first iteration of Fire TV sticks. So,
which is, I think, the one that I have.
I have Android TV on my TV.
Absolutely.
The LGs come with that, right?
Yep, and this is good because that means more people will have more choices available to them, depending and not being dependent on the platform they've got. I'm happy for this. This makes me feel good. Let's have more of this, please.
My TV software did update the other day, but I still haven't used it yet.
This is the one that I purchased when we did the Fire TV review back in the very beginning of the VOD Squad. What's the date on this thing? 2015.
Oh wow, that is old.
So,
you should plug it in and see if it can get YouTube TV, just for fun. And
I might just do that.
And it tells you, nope, sorry.
Yep.
That's not old. I got underwear older than that.
Okay, moving on. Now, if you have been watching YouTube TV and getting a lot of your sports from it, guess what? It looks like YouTube TV has been doing quite well with their streaming, especially with live Major League Baseball games. They've been working with the numbers, giving a little bit of information. It looks like an average of 171,000 simultaneous viewers on the average game every week. Looks like its most popular match it ever had was one against the Cardinals and the Dodgers for way over for 320,000 concurrent viewers. This has been a big push on theirs. They've been advertising the fact that you can watch your MLB on YouTube TV really hard, and it looks like this has been working for them.
Yeah, I'd say the numbers look good. I don't know how MLB feels about it, but yeah, I can definitely see why YouTube's happy.
I would imagine they're getting paid, MLB is, and so I'm sure they don't mind at all. Mm-hmm. Speaking of MLB, they are working on streaming the ALCS games in 4K HDR on Fox Sports, and this will be the first time that happens.
Are we surprised by this? It was big news back in January, February when they said the Super Bowl is going to be in 4K.
Right.
But now we just kind of expect it.
It is getting to that point, especially live events. When you can just have a 4K camera, you can get that. Nowadays,
I think this is the point. This is the last one of these announcements that you can get before you start thinking, finally. What took you so long, right?
In other words, next week when we announce that the next major soccer game is in 4K, I should go ahead and add the word "finally" to that.
Yes, the Extreme Beer Pong Championships will be brought to you in 4K, and it's about time.
Olympic badminton in 4K, absolutely, I would watch that.
Yeah, it is kind of funny that they started announcing these kind of things at the time when the only TV you can buy nowadays hardly is a 4K television. You're maybe you can still buy one that's not 4K, but you're hard pressed to find one.
One thing to note, and for the purists and the resolution snobs, this is not true 4K. This is an converted 1080p.
What? Yep. And why the hell even? Oh man, that sucks.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it even worth talking about? Man, no. That suddenly it is more of a story. What the hell, Fox?
And, the article does say that if you don't really care about that, you could always just tune into the non 4K feed on Fubo TV and conventional broadcasters. I would be knowing that it's not 4K. I would be curious if someone watches both streams simultaneously on two different, if it's actually worth it. I don't have a 4K TV, so I have no way of
of experiencing
it. But yeah, I'd be curious to see if there's a noticeable difference or not.
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot and let you know.
Okay.
Nice. All right, so PlayStation Now is their streaming service where they stream video games to PlayStation consoles and to like PlayStation Now. Like they used to have a little thin client for that as well for TVs. They've stopped selling that. They used to have a pretty monthly fee of about $20 a month for you to do that, and they basically slashed all the prices in half, from everything from $9.99 for a one per month plan to $59.99 for a 1 year plan, which actually that's a pretty amazing deal. Yes,
this is actually huge, and I can say this is huge because I'm now considering signing up for this. I have had my PlayStation 4 for over a year, and I have absolutely no interest in this service because, $20 a month.
right.
But now $24 for for the quarterly plan.
Right.
Sure. I'm gonna at least sign up for 1 month just to try it out.
Yep.
So yeah.
PlayStation
awesome.
PlayStation Now which has over 700 games you can play on that system. So it's not a small amount of things you can get for your $10 a month or less. And
that's the thing. And this was a service I was somewhat interested in because my problem is I see games, and unless I absolutely know that I need to play that game, I'm not spending $60 on a game.
So what is that? What I was going to ask? What does it cost for one premium game?
About $60.
So for the price of one game, you could have it for a whole year.
Exactly.
Yep.
Whereas before it was like 20-some bucks a month, and wasn't it? But yeah, to be able to try out a game, because there are several games that I've got sucked into over the years that I never would have thought of, like even considered. And most of the games that I dropped my money on, I ended up hating and never playing. So, yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I'll be checking this out.
And you can boot on your PC and your PlayStation 4 as well. So, it's I wonder if they have a free trial. I'd be really willing to try it and then maybe go for it.
Yeah.
All right, TiVo Edge DVR is, I believe, one of their most high-end DVRs they have now, and it is
most highly anticipated.
Excuse me. It is now available. It's going to come up with Dolby Vision, and it's going to be considered one of the highest end boxes out there. It's interesting that they've his name is Dave Scholl, and I saw that and it said Dave Schill, huh? Okay, which is the president and CEO. Apparently, used households have an average of 7.2 entertainment subscriptions, and TiVo is going to be the system to bring it together for everybody to. It's going to be for all those different streaming services. So, what do you think about this?
I would have been excited for this. Excited for them, had it not been for the story we talked about last week, where they're adding their own pre-roll ads to everything that you record.
Yeah.
Which, totally undermines the whole TiVo experience. I think that was unfortunate. This could have been a huge thing, but I have a feeling it's going to affect their sales. Because they were like, hey, I'm not spending $350 just for the device and having to fast forward through your commercials in addition to the commercials that are already on the content.
And then there's a service plan for $7 a month. You think if you're paying that extra $7 a month, that should be enough to take care of the commercials, shouldn't it?
Well, I mean, but that's always been there. It's you pay $250 one time all in. That gives you lifetime service. Yeah, I don't know. I feel bad for them because either this is gonna go really bad and then they fold, or this goes really bad and they roll back the decision to do the pre-roll ads. Either way, I don't see both things going good.
I'm sure they'll make hundreds of dollars.
that is
Although
very
also the shape of that thing.
You don't like the shape of that thing?
It's just looking at the picture is just my brain is screaming. You need to slide it back.
Well, the previous TiVo, the Bolt or whatever, looked like somebody had sat on it in the backseat of a Pinto and then got up and went, "Oh crap, I bent it."
Remember the box? Remember the boxy box?
Yeah,
I remember the boxy box.
It was all twisted. But that's the kind of thing that would just
bother. So
bother
what
me.
Special Clyde kit that slides in from behind this case that fills in the slots to make it look even, just for Clyde.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
but I'm not spending $350 on this. I don't have over the air, so.
Yeah, that's the over the air model. They're gonna have a model that's going to be available for people who have.
That one's $400.
Oh, okay. Man,
so $350, not including for the over the air version. $350, not including the service plan. Oh. And then the cable version will be $400 with a service plan priced at $15 a month.
Why is it twice as much?
Because they probably have to kick back money to the cable company. Because they have to get the programming from the cable company as far as what channels, and that's probably not free.
That sucks.
Yes. I will say,
for all parties,
I'm glad they got a tuner back, because I think the last, like the Bolt, you couldn't do antenna. I think you could only do cable. But I might be wrong, because I didn't have a Bolt. So.
Well, if you do have $0 and do have a Roku, you might be really you'd be having a good time with the Roku TV the Roku channel. It's that actually, you don't even have to have a Roku, because it is showing up on other platforms as well.
You can watch the Roku channel in your browser. You can watch the Roku channel with a goat. You can watch the Roku channel on a boat.
I think it's on like different other platforms as well. So
can you also watch it while you have green eggs and ham?
No, that's the one thing you can't.
Sorry, okay. Sorry, Jimmy. I am. But no, but if you are watching the free content that's available on the Roku channel, you are now being offered options to see some things that aren't free. Some maybe a couple episodes that are available, or of shows that are on premium channels. These shows are like Heartland or Miss Fisher's Murder Mysteries. And these are shows that normally require some kind of a subscription from somebody like Starz or Showtime. What they're doing is they're partnering with them with a link that allows you to easily sign up for your subscription as soon as you watch your shows, or even before, basically giving you that taste that you need in order to decide, yes, this show is good enough to pay $10 a month for.
And Hulu's been doing this for a while. And it is the whole reason that I signed up for Showtime, because I watched the first couple episodes of Billions on Hulu, and then said, where's I have to, it's on this other thing. Well, I really want to keep watching this, so I signed up for Showtime. So I mean, the first taste is free model has been working for pushers, since the dawn of time. So yeah, and if you haven't used the Roku channel, it's really good. They're pretty decent about for the other stuff that's like ad supported, I mean, the ads aren't super annoying. I watched a lot of Gidget on there because that's where it was at. Plus, I had to do a bunch of testing for the Roku channel before it went live. So I've used it a lot, and it's been a pretty decent experience. So, yeah, good for them.
Yeah, and this is smart for Roku because, this is they're playing these cards just right. So everybody has it available to them, and they're working with the partners in order to, get that kickback money a little bit for everything they do. This is a amazing play by them, looking really far down the road. So,
well, I mean, they did a very good job of identifying ahead of time that they're not going to be able to count on new hardware sales indefinitely, because we've started to get to a point where there's a plateau in the hardware where there's no real reason to upgrade, right? Just like people are now going 2 or 3 years with their smartphone before upgrading, because why do I need to spend the money? I mean, look at the new upgrade to the Ultra. It was just a slightly faster chip and maybe a little bit more RAM, and that's it, because they've already reached beyond what is required to meet the needs of people. And if you've got a device, I haven't bought a new Roku in 2 years because the ones I have are still good. And so, you get market if you're a hardware company, you hit market saturation, people aren't buying.
You got to shift.
What are you going to do? So they looked ahead. They saw that day was coming, and they decided to diversify, and they've been doing a good job of it. So,
yeah. Very cool. All right. Fandango now is a streaming service. Yes, I know. We have yet more, and I actually forgot about that one. They are offering a new streaming service available to people who have Sony 4K TVs. Why only for Sony 4K TVs? Don't know. Must be some type of deal, of some kind. Boy, I really just should put the hat on at this point. In order for them to stream giant, very popular movies that were made for IMAX.
IMAX, not real IMAX. IMAX.
So, which means that you will be able to watch big movies like, Spider-Man, Far From Home, and the IMAX Enhanced Edition on your Sony 4K TV. This is I bet you this is twofold. This is A, somebody figured out that they can make a good deal, and B, I am pretty certain the Sony was looking around and going, hey, I wonder where we can get more content for our Sony TVs and maybe make more sales. And maybe they went the other way down to somebody said,
okay.
Do you have to wear glasses to watch these movies?
No. You know why this movie is only on Sony TVs, right?
It is a Sony movie, so
it's a Sony movie.
It's kicking off with that one, but it's also going to be Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, Angry Birds Movie 2, and they're going to be doing many of them. It's just this is the first one of their IMAX. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. This one is available on Sony 4K TVs. Yeah. Whether or not I don't think it'll stay on just Sony. I think it's this one is get people to go out and buy more Sony TVs.
Well, yeah. I would pass the hat to you.
I mean, it's just like in how, it doesn't work like that. Why did everybody in Spider-Verse, why was everybody using Sony products?
Well, you know why.
Because everyone in New York uses Sony. I mean,
exactly.
Obviously.
Yep, that's true. And with that, that is the news for the week, guys. I hope you enjoyed.
Woohoo. Yeah. So, I think... Yeah, we probably should. I was going to say, do we really need to thank the patrons? I mean, we thank them every week.
Nah, you probably should.
Wrong
I
answer.
think so.
Yes. The answer is
Oh,
yes.
oh,
You always have to thank the patrons.
man, do I have to really?
Yes.
Mm.
Okay, fine. Thank you,
You should
patrons. You
always
guys are
want to thank your
awesome.
patrons, those
It's
that
not like
support
you
you.
guys don't know that you're awesome. Come on, jeez.
Yeah. And
We
those of
think.
you that are supporting us and don't even realize it, thank you anyway.
how are they supporting us and don't realizing it? Are
Well,
we
I mean,
somehow?
I know there's got to be at least one or two people that signed up and then forgot and then just haven't gone in. I realized a couple months ago there's a show that I had been supporting forever, and I stopped listening to it like 2 years ago. It's like, oh, I should probably cancel that.
All right, fair
So,
enough.
anybody out there that like that, thank you too.
We thank you anyways, whether you wanted to support us or not. We'll take it.
Absolutely. And we appreciate it. And for anybody that finds value in what we do each week and would like to contribute, this is one way that you can. That's patreon.com/the VOD Squad. And with that, we will move on to the movie draft. I would click over and go, but I guess we can. This is the final. I don't know.
Yeah. As of this Friday, it is final. I am supposed to turn it off on Friday.
I need to,
this
but
is
we
close.
have we updated the doc? So is
The
that the actual numbers?
that is a good question. I don't
Because
know
those
if
are the numbers that I screen capped last week, and it looks the same. Yeah, well, I'm just shy of 1.5 billion.
All right, I am bringing up the doc for last because I haven't even thought about this. I thought we were done with it, but no, officially we're not done until Friday. You are absolutely right. So the numbers are awfully close. 117, 775. Yeah, the numbers in the millions have not changed. Let me put it that way.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at it side by side.
Second and third was really close.
Yes, it was. And Drunk Kids Gaming got very close to catching up, but they did not, unfortunately. And congratulations on the $1.414 billion win. If you wanted to, you could round that down to 1.4.
Nah,
or if
you round it up.
You could probably round it.
It was my 1.5 billion year.
Yeah, no, not
Setting
really.
the gold standard.
Congratulations. We did not lose this race. Thank you, Game Night. We appreciate your poor choices and mistakes.
Oh, and you also appreciate me not letting them get any more movies.
I suppose so. But I did want to take a minute here to talk for reals about our choices for this upcoming movie. I wanted to take a moment and let everybody know that we earned the following slate: Joker, Jexy, Parasite, Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. We also picked up 21 Bridges and Cats. Oh. And you might be thinking to yourself, those are some interesting movies. Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Now you get what you can get.
It was a lot of fun doing the run this time. I ran the show and picked up the various things, and man, this one felt weird because it felt like everybody had their idea of what they wanted to do, and like for example, BS with BNS just basically almost immediately just said we're going for Star Wars. And they got it for a lot cheaper than I thought the people were going to be willing to pay for it, quite frankly.
Yep. But, I mean, I'm going to crush you.
Why do you say that?
Well, because I've got Jojo Rabbit, Playing with Fire, and Bombshell.
I am actually scared of Jojo Rabbit. That could be a big, big hit.
It could. Especially when you pair it with my main movie, which is Frozen 2.
Yeah, that's $500 million right there.
So, BS, the BS team, we were discussing towards the end of the draft. They got Star Wars, and we were talking, and they were talking about numbers, and I said Frozen's gonna make a lot of money. They said, but it's the numbers are only for 30 days. I said no. I said you only get 30 days, right, of the box office. I said no, you get the whole run. And then their faces went white, and they went, oh crap. Because when they factored, kind of like Jimmy had factored, not domestic, like worldwide take.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They had factored thinking 30-day box office. And so, yeah, the first 30 days, Star Wars is going to make almost all of its money. But Frozen, it is going to run through the holiday as well. So
it'll have legs. You're right.
It's going to have legs. So yeah, I think I'm shooting for second.
All right. Well, yeah, and everybody so far from our discussions, it looks like Geek.io has done the Costco route and bought all the little movies, and they might end up winning because of their very basically
need a couple base hits, and yeah.
So they're picking all those up, and basically, if they have one big hit out of all that, they're pretty much guaranteed to win this thing. Just one big hit would help them a lot.
And yeah, so I'm looking forward to this. For those of you that like to enjoy the draft live, the red division, the red division, the blue division will be drafting on Friday, October 4th at
I think that
10 p.m. Eastern.
I'm trying to find it. But the thing is so long I can't go back to the announcement. Yeah. I've got all these GIFs I have to get through. Bad, horrible GIFs.
I'll bring it up. I've got a direct. Oh yeah, I don't know. All I know is if you're part of the blue division, I will be sending out the codes, access keys later tonight. And that reminds me, I need to finish setting up the draft drafter for them.
Yep.
So, rock on. Good luck to you guys. Sorry I didn't get to help you guys.
It's
like
okay.
We were gonna.
It's okay. We're in good shape. So.
You know what else is in good shape? No.
So this is a question. This is a question my PE teacher used to say. Yeah, I'm in shape. Round's a shape, right?
Yep. What else is in good shape? Your rants and raves. Okay. Rants, raves, go.
Okay. I can start. So my rant and rave is actually a how we usually do television, streaming our television, and what we usually do about it. Mm-hmm. What we usually do is we kind of look through all the shows and go, okay, why don't we try this one and give it at least 3 episodes? And if we kind of think it might be going somewhere, keep on going with it. And we've been finding that that's really hard on us because sometimes it's hard. You have to wait a little while so we can get enough episodes to sit down and watch them if you want to binge them, or you have to every week come back to them. And we found out that actually may not be a good way for us because we tried something different this time. We just sat down to Hulu, turned it on, it said New Fall TV, and we said, okay, let's try it. And we watched that show. And we're like, huh, okay. Well, look, it's showing us something else. Okay, let's try it. And we went through a whole bunch of different shows that different things. We tried Buff City Law. We tried Perfect Harmony, Sunnyside. I can't remember if we did Almost Family or not. We did the Emergence. We did Stumptown. And I have to say, these all are very, very... They were all good in their own right. I would say the ones that stood out to me was Stumptown and...
Is Stumptown like a place with a high percentage of amputees?
It's Portland, Oregon, so maybe. And also Perfect Harmony, which is literally it's literally this place has a horrible choir, and this choir teacher comes in and is going to save it. But it's a almost, the humor in it is so fast paced and so gut punching that and I really enjoy. I forget the name of the actor. He was also on The West Wing. I have to look up his name now. But I really enjoy him. And no, I have to look him up now. His name was Bradley Whitford.
Oh, yeah,
him with a beard, and he's just absolutely. He's absolutely taking.
Does Bradley Whitford's beard get its own credit?
If it doesn't, it should.
Okay.
Anyways, it was an interesting way to go through our streaming sticks experience this year, because because last time we were trying to we'll see if we can handle watching 3 episodes, and so we were kind of like buckling down to do the thing, and it felt burdensome. This was much lighter and funner, and I have to recommend it for people. Out of everything, I think Sunnyside is the one that we're like, I don't know about that one.
Rock on.
So change it up, people.
Jimmy.
Okay, so last week I did finish the final season of Suits, so finish that up.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I won't say it's the best season, but it was decent. If you're a fan of the show, I don't know if it was the best way they could have finished it up, but they did put some closure to some things in the show. Other things that, and maybe they were just trying to tidy it up as best they could, right? But it was okay, right? It was okay how they ended it. I mean, I think they could have done better, but not bad. I mean, I'm a fan of the show overall. This didn't ruin me being a fan of the show or anything like that, but pretty decent there. On finishing up Suits.
Yeah, just like Preacher, I watched the final episode and went, oh, thank God that's done. Because it was great for many years.
Yeah.
And then it just became a chore. And if they had dragged it out for another season, I think that would have just ruined it. So I think they should have ended it last season, personally.
Right.
Would have been the perfect time. And like you said, same thing with Preacher. It was this season. I'm glad it's done.
Mm-hmm.
And happy for the ride.
Yeah, it was a good ride and a good show. And then speaking of new shows, Matt, I found one on Amazon Prime. I think they made a movie of this, and I think I saw the movie, but I can't remember the movie now. But there's a TV show, not the movie, called Das Boot, or in English it would be called The Boat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very good story. Now, I will warn you, if you do watch the show, if you don't speak German or French, there's going to be a lot of subtitles for you.
It's okay.
Right? But occasionally they do speak some English, right? But the dominant languages there are German and French, right?
If you remember,
it's a very good story. I'm about 3 episodes into it, and really well done. I mean, just a well done show there.
Yeah. If you remember, about 4 months ago, I told you to watch that, and my experience was, okay, I'm sitting through waiting for them to switch to English. Oh, they're never going to switch to English. Turned it off. Because I don't have time to sit there and read. Stuff's on TV while I'm doing other stuff. So,
for me,
I'm not afraid. And it's not that I'm afraid of subtitles. It's the fact that if I have to give all my attention to something,
right,
I'm not going to do it because I've got other stuff, Now, if it was a movie, yes, a movie is 2 hours of my time that I am dedicated to sitting in this room and watching this screen. So, yeah. You know, I saw it and it was interesting. It was looked good, but I'll wait for the English dub.
It's a compelling it's a compelling storyline, and you know, the actors that get in it do very well. I know, speaking at least for the German speakers, they speak without accents, right? So most of them, I think there was a couple of them that did, but most of them speak without accents, and you know, just really, it's a compelling story. But, you know, to Clyde's point, you know, if you are the type of viewer that, you know, they're going to have their tablet out or smartphone or something like that, and you're doing something else as you're listening to it, and you don't speak all three of those languages, right? Then, yeah, you're definitely, I speak two of them, right? But for the French, I definitely have to read the French because my French isn't near as good as the German. German and the English I can kind of fuzz out a little bit, but the French definitely you have to pay attention. And there's a lot of French speaking in the show. Right.
I think I saw like the original
movie.
Movie.
That wasn't Donald Sutherland in that?
No, even older, like the 70s version.
Yeah, Donald Sutherland.
Oh, okay.
Not Kiefer Sutherland, his dad.
Oh, yeah, maybe. That's very possible. And it was a long time ago when I saw it, and so...
Yeah, that was the one movie where...
Donald Sutherland was also in Kelly's Heroes.
Exactly. Yeah, it was so it was 1981 was the movie. And
I'm trying to remember if I saw that one or not. I remember the movie, but I don't know as if I ever saw that movie.
Yeah,
but I think the Amazon Prime show and the movie are the same premise, right?
Yeah, it is. It's because they've told this story many times. Right. There was like in 81 was the movie, 85 there was a mini series. And then, yeah, you've got the new retelling in 2018. Yeah, because that was last year that came out.
Right.
You may be thinking about the Soviet movie with Donald Sutherland, Citizen X.
Maybe. But yeah, I just looked at the cast of the 81 movie, and there's not a single name in there I can pronounce, so nobody I recognize. But yeah, I watched that one when I was in the Navy. It was an interesting movie. My buddy was obsessed with it, and it demonstrated exactly why I refused to be stationed on a submarine. Because my uncle taught me growing up, there's something fundamentally wrong about a boat that's designed to sink. And going down's the easy part. It's coming back up. So.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah. I was, I don't know, ranting or raving about anything in particular other than the fact that last night I experienced something that I've never experienced before. My car was attacked by the car wash.
Attacked?
It was literally attacked by the car wash.
It was assaulted?
It was assaulted.
Was there... did it leave bruising?
Oh, yes. So I'm sitting there, the same car wash I go to almost every day because I've got my unlimited wash plan thing. I just drive in and it goes. And I'm sitting there, I'm looking at my phone, and all of a sudden I feel this thud. And I look up and I see the arm had slammed into my front bumper and it's dragging across my hood. And then it gets stuck and the whole thing shuts down. Oh. So I ended up spending like over an hour there because I had to go in. There was only one guy working at the gas station. Of course, he's super busy and trying to explain to him, hey, I didn't touch anything. My car is still there. We need to, And then I had to go back there today because they got to figure out what the hell are you guys going to do to fix my car.
Exactly. They have insurance, right?
Yeah. But now I got to deal with the corporate, who's probably going to call out a thing that says, hey, when you signed up for that unlimited plan, the fine print says that you absolve us of all, culpability, or, which I have a feeling is going to be, and then, yeah.
Sorry.
If you're a subscriber to Booty Hole, there is a picture in that chat room. If not, why aren't you? Patreon.com/bootyhole. That's our buddy B. Coford.
Oh, okay.
Yes, B. Coford says there is picture evidence. That's patreon.com/bootyhole. And it's spelled exactly the way it's spelled. It's spelled exactly the way it's spelled.
Exactly.
All right.
How else would it be spelled?
Well, it could be the whole booty.
Probably not.
But there's the link. All right. Well, since I can no longer talk, apparently, coherently anyway, we should go ahead and wrap this up. Okay. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. There are some titles I know. I've seen them. Go to tvs.showbot.tv. Vote on everything that you like. Don't vote on the things you don't like. It's like I said, I can't talk all of a sudden. And then if you're watching this after the fact, we do this live every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central, here on Twitch. Come join us live. That's when the fun happens. Get to participate in the chat, submit titles, and stick around. And you get, you're able to be here for the post show where we choose said titles. So everybody stick around. We'll get to that in a minute. Thank you guys for joining me.
Of course.
And again, thanks everybody out there in chat realm. I'm going to close this down and we will catch you all next week. Bye.
Bye.